and welcome back to my channel. In today's look, I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. We're going to be doing a Christmas look, guys. I'm going to show you 3 different lip looks that you can wear with this glitter cut crease eye, and I'm going to show you step by step how to get everything. So if you want to know how I got this look, please make sure that you stay tuned. Like this video before you leave so that I know that you like this content, and it would mean so much to me and my little channel. Also make sure that you subscribe for more and that you hit that notification bell so that you know every time that I post. And without further ado, we're gonna kick it old school. Fenty Beauty says come in this way, so we're going this way, right? This way, okay. Alright, so obviously I already did my foundation, my brows, I contoured, and I'm currently baking. So now that all of that's done, I'm going to go ahead and do one eye off camera, and then we'll come back and we'll hit up the other eye. Alright guys, so I obviously have one eye already done, and I freaking love it. So we're going to get started with, first I'm going to lay down some primer, so I'm going to use my P. Louise and a little fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend all that stuff out. So I'm just going to take that on the back of my hand, like I said, and just blend it out on my eyelid. So next, on a smudger brush, I'm going to take the Pigment Naked by MAC, and I'm going to run that underneath my brow bone. So next, on a fluffy blending brush, I'm going to take the color Tanacon from the Conspiracy palette, which is the collab with Jeffree and Shane Dawson. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that all up in my crease, but more so like closer to underneath that brow bone color that we just put down. Next, on another fluffy blending brush, this one's a little bit more tapered, I'm going to take the color Diet Root Beer from the same palette, and I'm just going to run that right, more so like in my crease. Next, on an even more tapered blending brush, I'm going to take a warm, rich brown from the Morphe 3502 palette, and I'm going to run that right on the outer corner of my crease, and I'm keeping that really close to exactly where the crease is. I'm not going to blow it out and diffuse it as much as I did the other colors. Next, on a little dome-shaped brush, I'm going to take a mixture of my Rides Here from the Conspiracy palette and that same warm, rich brown, and I'm just going to pat that right on my outer corner. I'm patting it in place. I'm not moving it just yet, just so that my Rides Here is very pigmented, so I don't want it to get all over the place. And then on that same blending brush that you just used before, I'm only taking the brown again, and I'm just going to go over that. And I'm bringing the color towards the inner corner of my lid from the outer corner. Next, on a flat packing brush, I'm going to go back in with the P. Louise, and I'm going to start cutting my crease. So I'm just going to make sure that I get that P. Louise on that brush really even, and I'm going to go in and cut out the shape that I want for my crease. Make sure that you take very small strokes when you're cutting your crease, just so that you're able to get things in a more controlled way rather than just sweeping everything and then you lose the shape that you really wanted. And also another tip is to pat where you want the color and then just pull down. Okay, so now that you've got that pretty much even as far as the shape that you're making, while it's still a little bit tacky, I'm going to go in with another MAC pigment. This one is called English Gilt, and I'm going to take a flat packing brush and I'm just going to go ahead and pat that pigment onto my lid. Make sure when you're patting down this color that you're paying attention to where you put the P. Louise. That way you're not coloring outside the lines, if you know what I mean. I'm going to bring that color towards the outer corner to meet where my Rides Here is and that warm brown. We're going to deal with that in a second, don't worry. Okay, so same blending brush from before, same warm brown. I'm going to go in and make sure that everything right here is blended. So towards the outermost corner, I'm going to go over it with that deeper brown. And then I'm going to go in with Diet Root Beer from the Conspiracy palette and come in a little bit further since that color is a little bit lighter. That way I'm creating a gradient. Okay, so I want a little bit more English Gilt, so I'm going to go back in with my packing brush, tapping off the excess, and I'm just going to make sure that I pat over where all that brown is, so that way I can get a little bit more of that shimmery color that I'm looking for. Alright, so now we're getting to the fun part. We're getting to the glitter. So I'm going to take my NYX glitter primer and I'm going to put some on the back of my hand. And I'm going to get a detailing brush and I'm going to go in that primer. This pretty much is like a glue, but without being like super tacky. So I'm going to be very precise and I'm going to line exactly, using the tip of the brush, I'm going to line exactly where I want that primer to go. So I'm literally just outlining the perimeter of that cut crease. And I'm going to stop right about here. And then really quickly before it dries, I'm gonna go in with this MAC glitter. The color is gold. It's just a very fine glitter. And on a really small, super small detail brush, I'm gonna dip into the gold glitter and I'm gonna use that and press the very end right where I put the primer. Now, some glitter is going to fall down on your lid. That's okay, don't freak out. Just go in with your eyeshadow brush that you use to put down English Gilt and kind of dust off the excess. Now that the glitter's down, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little sexy. So I'm trying to like smoke something out, okay? So I'm gonna go in with like a nice smoky brown and on a flat angled little teeny brush, I'm just gonna mimic kind of like if I did like a baby wing on my top lid, except I'm not gonna like actually wing it out. I'm just following the edge of my waterline. I'm only bringing it into about here. I'm not taking it all the way in. And towards the back end, you can kind of like bring it up so you can blend it in everything else that you have going on there. Now on a medium-sized packing brush, I'm gonna go in with Diet Root Beer and I'm gonna run that along the bottom waterline. And on a precise dome-shaped brush, I'm gonna go in with that same deep smoky color that we just used, and I'm gonna press that even closer to my waterline. For inner corner, on a small detail brush, I'm gonna go in with the P. Louise, and I'm just gonna take a teeny little bit, and I'm gonna run that in my inner corner. Super small detailer, I'm gonna go in English Gilt, and put that in my inner corner right here. Then on top of that, I'm gonna take a little bit of glitter primer and right in the very inner corner, I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna go back in the gold glitter and get a little bit and put some right there in the inner corner. That's it. For the waterline, I didn't want anything that looked too intense, so I'm actually gonna use a brown eyeliner. This one is from NYX and it's in the color Burnt Sienna, and I'm just gonna put that on my waterline. Alright, so now that we're pretty much done with the eyes for the most part, I'm just going to pop on some mascara and my lashes, and then we'll come back and we'll do lips together. Alright, so we're back. Lashes are on. I'm ready for some lips. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to line my lips. But I wanted to show you guys different variations of things that you could do with something that is neutral like this, but still like kind of like glam. So the first lip that we're going to do is like a neutral nude-ish lip. So I'm going to take the NYX Suede Liner. The color is in Cold Brew, and I'm going to line my lips with this first. Okay, so now that that's on, I'm going to go ahead and take the color Close Contact by MAC, and I'm going to fill in the rest of my lips. Obviously, I overlined. So now I know that this looks a little bit like, whoa, don't worry, we're going to make this work. I'm just going to go back in with Cold Brew, and I'm going to blend out the outer edges and along the lip line until this is the color that we can work with. I don't mean to startle you, I just brushed away my baking powder and stuff, but this is the first lip. I love it. Honestly, this is how I would rock this look, just because I love a neutral. This reminds me of like 90s when they like overlined their lips and they had like deep brown liner. Ugh, this is so pretty. So for my next lip, we're gonna go with red. Now, I personally never wear red lipstick. I don't know why, it's just not really my thing, but I know for the holidays, it's you know, it's the vibe. So I'm gonna take the color Cherry by MAC, and I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. Next, I'm gonna take the Stunna Lip Paint by Fenty Beauty in the color Uncensored, and I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in my whole lip. This is a liquid lipstick, and I really like the formula of this. It's like a very bright red. Okay, so this is the red lip, and like I said, this is not really my thing. If you like it, this is for you. You know what I mean? I'm doing this for y'all. But it's a great finish as far as like the formula of the lipstick and all that stuff, so that's cool. So the last lip look that we're gonna move on to is gonna be glitter lips. Now, I don't really mess with red lips, but I do mess with red glitter lips. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put on some red glitter on these things. They're still a little bit tacky, so it should be good for me to press in everything. I would say either if you're going to use like a regular lipstick formula, go for it. Chances are it's not going to dry down like a liquid lip. If you're working with a liquid lip, then you might want to do it while it's still tacky and drying, so that way the glitter is kind of like sealed in there. So just for security purposes, I'm going to add a little bit more, and then I'm going to put on my red glitter. I'm just going to take a brush over a paper towel. I'm going to like stamp this onto my lips. Now this is kind of an obvious thing that I'm going to say, but like be prepared to have glitter, in places. It's not the cleanest of applications, but the end result is freaking pretty. Like, you can't even lie to me right now. This is gorgeous. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put on some highlighter, and then we'll be back to wrap up the video. Alright guys, this is the final look. I added some highlighter, and I'm obsessed with the glitter. The glitter is so pretty. Please make sure that if you have any cosmetic glitter laying around and you have a matching lipstick, definitely try this out. It doesn't even have to be for Christmas. You can try this on any occasion if you just feel like being extra, even if it's your birthday. Okay, go shout it's your birthday. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this look. The eyes, definitely I would say you can kind of like tone them down, switch up the colors, apply it any other way that you want to. It doesn't have to be for Christmas. So real quick, I just want to show you guys what this looks like in low light, just so that you have an idea of like really how crazy the glitter is. So 1 second. Look at how freaking pretty that looks. It catches all the light, but it doesn't look too crazy like from far. It's just that as soon as you get close, you know what I mean? It's like glitter. And even in the crease, you see all the glitter. Super, super pretty. So this is totally festive. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate all the views, all the likes, all the comments, all the wonderful things that you guys share with me on this channel. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. I hope that you get everything that you asked for and so deserve. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. Even if you don't celebrate, I love you. Thank you so much for being here, and make sure that you like this video. It definitely is great feedback for me to keep this type of content going, and also make sure that you subscribe for more. We're coming out with a New Year's look in a few days, right? Like a week from now, we're coming out with a New Year's look. So definitely stay tuned for that. Hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post. With that being said, I adore you guys, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that wonderful stuff. I'll see you very soon. Later, potatoes.